are not going to get anywhere in life, spiritually or otherwise, until you come to that point where you don't give a damn what people think about you. As long as you worry about what other people think about you, you will be mediocre. It only matters what you believe about yourself. Believe in yourself as a successful person. Believe that you can and you will. But until you believe you can, you won't.
Peace and elevation, family. It's your boy Entrepreneur, the living survival manual, here to teach you different ways to see your greatness by investing in yourself. Let's get into the vibes.
I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it. See, it's diamonds in your soul, but you gotta dig a lot deeper. See, all of our minds been exposed, but I've been changing the frequency. Sending my prayers and affirmations, way past where them eagles be. What I learned in my returns is not all things you need to see. You gotta feel it, the negative talk, the negative thoughts, and you gotta kill it. I know that it's hard, and then they leave scars, and then ain't appealing, but you gotta heal it. There's lessons in every little layer, but you gotta peel it. Cause the best way to get some air is removing your ceiling. Look, trust me, I know cause I did it. Hit rock bottom, looked around like damn, what the fuck I do with it? I remember the levels and picked up my shovel and I started digging and digging and digging until I got dizzy. And trust me, the spirit been busy. I'm back and I'm paid and I'm busy. So feel like I'm acting the way that you get it. This is for back in the day when they just shit it. I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it.
Welcome to See Your Greatness Studios. Here, we're all about empowering you to create a standout brand. Our comprehensive services range from sleek, user-friendly web design to distinctive graphic design, and we handle all the essentials of business registration. By combining these elements, we ensure your brand isn't just visible, it's memorable. Join us to transform your vision into reality and make your mark in the business world. Let's build something great together. From vision to greatness, see it, believe it, brand it. For more information, follow the link at linktar e/SigStudio5 today. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself?
Yes, Zersky, peace, love, and light. It is the God, Lord Christopher, the living survival manual, and I'm back with another download straight from the cosmos. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process. The truest keys to success. We are back. We're back with another episode of the See Your Greatness podcast. Episode 67. Make technology a tool for success. I know you guys tapped in last week. We had an amazing guest on. Shout out to him, Sean Care. They came on. He came on, expressed everything that he was doing with his brand. Getting into skincare, having his motivational speaking content on YouTube, and just overall just helping us all see our greatness. But I had to step into a new little different lane, right? I've been bringing different individuals up here who I believe have a strong message, who I believe have, an amazing story to tell, but I also see value in what they're bringing to our community. They are pretty much the representation of what I believe seeing your greatness is. We are all about personal development, life development, any and everything that, puts us in a position to be the best forms of ourselves. So, when we come across individuals who walk in that light, walk in that mindset, and just walk in just overall excellence, we, like to utilize this platform to highlight that. So we have an amazing guest coming on today, family. Can't wait to introduce this person in, but you already know we got to go over our quick disclaimers before we even get into the energy, before we even get into the vibes tonight. All right. The vibes here at SYG Studios are to motivate, educate, and enlighten our people to achieve greatness through seeking new ways to invest in themselves. Everything is high level. What we think, what we say, how we feel, and how we act. So before we even get into the energy, take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, family. We love engagement over here and understand that a village pushes the trend, not just one individual. The support is much, much appreciated. Also, take the time to visit this link right here. That's how you join the SYGS community on all social platforms. Our aim is to not only grow the legacy, the brand, but reach at least 500,000 to 1 million individuals one day who want, need, and are seeking the knowledge to live a more abundant life. Now, with all the information that will be provided tonight, we have to send out this disclaimer. Please take the time to do your own research. It's very, very vital. Our content is intended to be used for motivational purposes and some educational purposes only. Always do your own analysis based on your own current circumstances. Now, we're going to all get together. Y'all already know the vibes. We're going to all get together and step into our God body energy. Essentially, what we do, we inhale peace, we exhale so that we conceive growth, and then ultimately see our greatness. So on the count of 3, we're going to inhale peace, then we're going to exhale growth, and then ultimately see our greatness. All right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale peace. Exhale growth. Now we can step into our greatness and focus on the content tonight. So tonight, as you guys know, I have an individual who is in a different space, who is in a space that I feel that is taking over from years now to come. It has been a space that, I believe a lot of individuals need to take heed in. Why? Because if you look at the world today, there are different things that are transpiring that is going to result in us either stepping into this industry, stepping into this space, or it can be detrimental to us being able to grow as a community, being that we aren't taking the time to actually educate ourselves on what's happening, right? This space is the technology space, right? We have AI, we have digital currencies, we have people, creating websites, we have individuals, stepping into graphic designing, whatever you feel you want to step into. You got Tesla, you got Apple, you got Microsoft. All of these companies, they follow the things that are helping the world be more innovative, even if it's in their own benefit. However, that's besides the point. This is a space to where I feel, it's a tool. Like I stated, this is a tool that is going to help us be more successful. It's going to help our community be able to, step into more of what I like to say, living in the future while also living in our now. So today I have an amazing individual, Courtney Matthews of Matthews Technology. He's going to come up. He's going to share, some of his story, some of his background, and then we're going to dive into some questions as it, entails about the technology space and what we, have to look forward to. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Courtney to the stage.
What's up, brother? What's up? Good. How you be?
I'll be good, man. Just chilling. It's a vibe today. First of all, thank you for, taking the time to, pull up and, just share some of your insight as far as, you being in the technology industry. But not only that, I know you have a multitude of different things that you engage in as well. So this is just a space for us to just chop it up, have a great build, just have good conversation and, see where this goes in the future. You feel me?
Hey, real quick, man. Shout out to you and your entire movement, man. When we connected at the Juneteenth event, I'm big on energy. I'm big on understanding, and also, really tapping into, our people. And anybody that is willing to share my message or anything that I got going on, I'm all for it. Like I mentioned to you, I want to see all of us win. That's the goal. I don't gotta make money. I don't got to do all these different things that people on Instagram want to do. I want to see a lot of people win. I just happen to have some tools and resources and expertise to help people and really, get them to the finish line with their web design, goals and aspirations. Also got a self-web developer who, is my brother and my best friend that, we've been friends since 1996. So I got people who are connected to me, and I, tell all my friends, like, I don't have loser friends. Obviously we all got tiers of people that, we deal with and that we roll with, but I don't hang with losers. You have a way of impacting yourself and the world, in your own way. And that's what I like to gravitate and connect to. So really quickly, for those who don't know, my name is Courtney Matthews, owner and founder of Matthews Technologies. We jumped out into this entrepreneurial space, I'll call it, December 2019. And as you can see, maybe a little bit, I have a background in visual communication, cybersecurity, information tech, project management, and then all those different things. And what I realized was us as Black people, we have a ton of ideas, but we never know how to implement them, whether it's putting one foot in front of the other, whether it's getting support from family and friends, which in my opinion never comes. Some of the biggest clients I've ever had, some of the biggest relationships I've had, they complete strangers, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like it's a thing. Like,
That's a running theme, man.
Uncle Tom and cousin Bill, hey man, come buy a website from me. Man, they don't see the value like they do from other people. So with all of that, I figured I'd tap into this space where I have the technical resources and know-how to share people's brands and vision on the internet. Like I mentioned to you, we was at this event. I connected with some of the youngest entrepreneurs that had 3 different clothing brands, all 3 of them doing numbers. And to see that stuff is gold, because we might have a piece of clothing. It might just be a shirt or a sweater or a hat or some sneakers. But if you got a message that you stand behind and you want to be impactful, I'm gonna always stand behind that. One of my biggest mottos is impact over income. I want to be able to help people every single day before I even make a dollar. And a quick example of that is, I helped a person maybe 2 or 3 months ago with some web design stuff, and they wanted to pay me, by hour just for giving them help. Don't worry about it, because I want to see you win, like I mentioned. And next thing you know, she brought me 3 other clients. Like those are the kind of things that I like to do. I'm always willing to help people. I'm always willing to pour into other people and things like that, because again, we're winners. Like, the world fear us for a reason. We're smart, we're resourceful, but the only thing that's constantly been in our way, bro, is working together. That's the common denominator. Oh, I see you doing this space, you in the graphic design space. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm doing because I don't want you to take my clients, or I don't want you to take this. Hey, listen, my price point may not even be nowhere near your price point, but we do the same service, and that potential person may not be ready for what we doing, but you might offer the same service for a lesser amount. Or it may be, well, we can't really do those design elements, but I know somebody who can do those things. They may charge you a separate fee, but because we came in contact and we share the common knowledge and understanding and we want to win, we can always work something out. So I'm always big on collaboration, collaboration, because the more we work together, the more we can't lose. And just imagine me and you versus 1,000 people. It's just 2 of us. But if we get other people to tag along with us, it's no different than wars. It's a reason why the United States military is one of the biggest in the world. They have to work together. It don't matter the branch of the military, but they got to work together. Just imagine the army trying to fight every single war in the world. It's a lose-lose, so that's constantly the message that I'm preaching to people. Like I mentioned, we started this in 2019, and We have nonprofits. We have a sports league that's launching this year. E-commerce stores, churches, all these different types of sites that we build and things like that. And we like to be very versatile with our clients, and also too, if you a client of ours, your design won't look like nobody else's. Again, because this is a way in a time where, you know, people are money hungry, people trying to get the quick flips, people trying to do these different things with projects. They want to give clients these cookie cutter tools and systems when that might not even fit their business model, and they pay a whole lot of money and then they got to rinse and repeat the cycle. My grandma always told me, you be cheap, you will repeat. So that's why with our consultation calls, we not as big on pricing, because I want you to see the value. I want you to see and understand what it is that I'm going to deliver you. This is not a hope and a prayer where, oh, everything sounds good, I think I'm gonna spend my money. Like, listen, if you work with us, we go work with you 200%. So those are the type of things that we do for our clients. We also do website management. Website management has been big time this year. Like, we have 4 clients that's currently online that's with us. And listen, I've been running this website for three to 4 years. I'm just tired of doing the technical work. I really don't like the computer, Courtney. Like, help me out. And, you know, so anybody who's, you know, tuned in or watching, and if they have a current website that they no longer want to manage, e-commerce stores are some of the biggest headaches for folks, because you got to manage your inventory, you got to manage your sales, you got to manage your communication list. You got so many things you got to manage outside of the website, that when things do technically go wrong with your website, you have to stop what you're doing, which is building your brand and marketing, because you have a technical issue that nobody cares about. So why not find somebody who cares about that technical issue? Because again, my approach is, I don't have to be in the forefront. You know, like we was talking, you know, my whole model is, I'm the mechanic to your Ferrari. You can pick the cover, you can pick the wheels, you can pick what the interior. I don't care what the car look like. I'm just gonna make sure that you don't break down on 95. That's my mission. As long as you keep going where you think you need to go, that's all I'm gonna do, man. So that's everything in the nutshell. Like I mentioned, I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia, North Side to be exact, north. You know,
yes, sir.
so yeah. From North Side Richmond, like I said, I got an IT background, very technical background, graphic background, and I really just launched this business because I wanted to help us. Like, that's the biggest mission. You know, like I mentioned, with these nonprofits, you know, they are boots on the ground, helping children, families, all different types of people from all different walks of life. And if somebody can go to, you know, so nonprofit.com and check them out, donate, see their causes, and see what they into, they might inspire somebody else. And me being the engine behind that, to you gathering inspiration from other people, I'm inspired. And my job every day is to, you know, help as many people as possible. But like I mentioned, we have to psychologically get out of our own way, and really understand that the quicker we work together, the quicker we can get to it. You know, everything is 10 times harder when you're by yourself. You know, I can only imagine you launching this brand right here. You know, I got to come up with the graphics. I got to come up with this. I got to come up with the taglines. I got to come up with the captions, different things. I got to take the pictures. I got to edit the videos. I have to do all these different things when we can work together. We can work together. You know, we got a fitness brand that's gonna come on board, and you know, they're trying to, you know, figure out how they want to structure their model. They had some challenges in their life. They picked up fitness and author, some of everything, man. Like, we really tapping in with a whole lot of our individuals. And my biggest message to everyone is, if you got an idea, you can dream it, you can see it, you can hold it in your hands. Somebody can help you with it. But you got to be willing to share that information. You know, like I mentioned to you, somebody can start a web design business tomorrow, but I guarantee you, your customer service ain't gonna be better than mine.
Right. Yep, I remember you telling me that.
You gotta find a place where you can excel over everybody else. And our customer service is elite. Just being able to contact me any given time about your website, about your project, and really understanding how your website is built. Because people will go out here, I don't have the kind of money to work with you. They jump on Fiverr, they jump on these different apps and pay $30, $40, $50, and you don't know who built your site. You don't got access to it. You can't change it. and then you end up coming back to me when the price is different. When we could have fleshed that out in the very beginning, you know. But like I mentioned, you know, sometimes, you know, like they say, hard head make a soft behind. So, you know, from a business standpoint, you know, I tell people, like, I'm gonna be here. You know, we got clients who haven't launched their project in over 2 years, but they want to make sure they got the proper things going and the proper things in place, because I'm ready to go, you know. But it's just a matter of, yeah, it's on me, Courtney, it's on me. And also too, you know, being in business, you learn self-awareness and self-accountability. My biggest thing that I learned in this is I don't do contracts. I don't do all the murky back and forth. If you paying me for a service, I'm gonna over deliver. But I understand that's me as a person, you know. So when you have people who I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out my business, you not gonna be able to understand the relationship that I'm trying to build, because I see the greatness in you. But if you don't see it in yourself, there's always some tension.
Right.
So, you know, I like to really like uplift people, because again, we all can win. It's a million and one ways to win out here. You know, so many people doing different things with their brands, with their businesses. And I think the easiest way you can get in front of people, and if you don't market your business, is just drop a link on your social media. But you got to get that traffic somewhere to go. You know, prime example, you know, with under my tagline, if you guys want more information, the URL is right there. It's the easiest thing to do. It's always on the internet, and it's not going anywhere. So, you know, I don't have to jump on Facebook and say, hey, go to my website, or jump on Instagram, go to my website. It's right here, you know. So I think a website is just a very, very small piece of branding, because you have to do the work, you have to stand behind it, and you have to guarantee it, and you have to be able to have that confidence that you believe in what you're doing. You know, what I got on, what's behind me, this is me. Like, it's not oh, let me create a different version of myself so I can portray to people that I'm gonna be this person that I'm not. What you see is, this is who I really am, you know. Father,
let me ask you. So let me ask you that, because I see all of your, you know, your certs and your accomplishments behind you. I see how passionate you are about just everything you're talking about. Where does that come from? Like where does that grit come from? Where does that love to want to help other individuals come from? And then, you know, we'll dive into some more, because I feel it, bro. Like I feel everything that you're expressing right now, and it's just like, you have so much of a love for learning and education. Just my opinion, that, you know, it's like you almost go learn for other people.
And you know, believe it or not, some of my friends, you know, they call me a visionary and things like that, because I don't mind taking the risk to open up a book. I don't mind taking the risk to open up, you know, quote unquote Pandora's box, or crossing that red tape, or, you know, just doing whatever. You know, of course I'm gonna do it in the proper manner and things like that. But to answer your question, honestly, where I get it from is my great grandmother. My great grandmother raised me from the time I was 2 years old until I was essentially in college, before she passed away in 2019. So just her love for people, you know. When some of my childhood friends moved around the neighborhood, you know, I was in Boy Scouts, also an Eagle Scout of the Boy Scouts of America. So that brotherhood and leadership, and really understanding who you are as a man and as a person. When people wanted to join Boy Scouts, she'll take them. When people wanted to join church, she'll take them. You know, different things that went on within my own family. You know, she welcomed everybody with open arms, no matter the circumstance. And I think, given in this world where it may not seem like the right thing to love, to embrace, to give people grace, and to really like wrap your arms around people, I always tell myself, doing the right thing is hard, but it's rewarding when you can change somebody's life. So many people have changed my life, older, younger, and things like that, because I'm constantly inspired. You know, listen, man, like, seeing these young brothers and sisters get on this TikTok app and make thousands and millions of dollars monthly, just hitting the record button, bro, I'm inspired. You know, I got a 7-year-old daughter, man. Like, that can be her. Like, why not embrace that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not embrace that? And also, too, like, the biggest reason why I am this way, what God got for me is for me, bro. Like I said, I can sit on this live with you and break down how to start a web design company in an hour. People not gonna do it like me. People not gonna do what you do like you, even if you give them the blueprint. Because if that was the case, everybody will be Christopher. Everybody will be Courtney. It's only one of us, bro. It's only one of us. And you know, being as though that God got a bigger plan for all of us, you have to embrace that and have to understand that no matter what the circumstances is, no matter what you're going on in what you got going on in your life, what's for you is for you. Every day my feet hit the floor and God gives me another 24. I'm that guy. Like, I want you to hear that. Like, I'm that dude, bro. Like, I don't care if I'm in the room with Warren Buffett, anybody. I am that guy, bro. You put your pants on just like me. I got dressed just like you. You may be richer than me, but I am him. Like, you have to really have that confidence within yourself to really walk around with your head held high and understand that you are who you are for a reason. And like I mentioned, you know, the biggest reason why some of us as a people, we can't move forward, we fear ourselves. I don't think this could be a good business idea for me. I don't think this go pop off. I don't think this go do this. You don't know until you try. And if you really willing to, you know, die behind something, why not it be something that you believe in? But then that's a whole different topic. Believing in something. You know, they tell you if you don't believe in nothing, you fall for anything. So I'm big on principle. I'm big on practice. I'm big on consistency, and I'm really big on transparency as well. You know, everything hasn't went right in my business. I paid over $7,000 for a coaching program. Yeah, I made some money off of it, but I realized at that point in my business, I wasn't ready for that. But I don't look at it as a bad investment. I look at it as an opportunity. An opportunity to understand, Courtney, until you fully ready for something, don't commit. And that's how come I commit to all my clients, because I'm ready for that. I want to embrace that. You know, yeah, this coaching program may change my life, whatever the case may be, but I was thinking in the wrong direction. I should have been thinking more long-term than short-term, but also having that self-awareness to understand, like, you know what, you can learn from that. But constantly giving our childhood, the traumas, everything else, we grow up and go, well, that happened to me in the past. I don't like the way it made me feel. I don't want to feel that ever again. That's fine and dandy. But if you give that a different perspective and life deals you that hand, at least you know how to play it rather than just tucking your tail and going to go sit in the corner. So honestly and truthfully, bro, like it's really belief that I am who I say I am, and I won't be denied. Delayed but not denied. You know, it's a whole lot of sayings that my grandmother used to really tell me, but until I really got out here in the world and understood, like, no matter what decision I make, as long as I can live with the result, I'm willing to push forward. If I can't live with the result, I can't make that decision.
Big facts. So like along that journey, right? I know you had influential people like your grandmother, right? Like instilling so much wisdom and knowledge and just love into you that put you on this wave of just wanting to create for yourself, right? Wanting to create for your family, wanting to create for your community. We got the passion, we got the love for it, but sometimes we face challenges, right? In the midst of all the great things that you were doing for yourself and creating, what has been some of the challenges that you had to go through? Because for me, like, just to speak on my standpoint, I started around the same time you did, right? 2019. And that was a moment in time for me where it was just like life just made me sit down, right? I didn't know, I couldn't figure out why. It was like the first time in my life I felt like I didn't have an answer for something. And life was just like, let me give you the answer. Sit down, stay still, right? Get with God, right? Go to that space to where you can actually tap in and connect and figure this situation out, because you're hurting yourself. You're killing yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, right? So, you know, I know a lot of us love to talk about the successes, but what were some of those challenges, bro, that you had to get through to build what you have now? And not only the challenges that you got through, like how did you get through it?
I think so being as though that I work full time, most people who start businesses outside of growing and connecting and community is financial. I have been very fortunate to work full time and do very well for myself and my family. So when I launched my business, money wasn't a motive. It was really just sharing my skills with other people and showing people what I can do. But one of the challenges is um, not only social media, but really having the confidence to say, you know what, Courtney, just talk about what you do.
Yeah.
Like even with the educational content that's currently on my page now, which is a boatload of it that I give for free. Um, just sitting down wanting to turn the camera on. I mean,
Yeah.
deep down, I don't want to do this shit, bro. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to start videos. I don't want to do none of this work, bro. Like, so I think there's constant times where I don't want to do it because if I'm doing web work serving my clients, that's a different thing. But the marketing, the back office, all these different things, the checking emails and things like that. Um, Granted, when I launched, I had a bit of a know-how to get the proper paperwork in place and things like that. But honestly, I've been able to connect with other people via my clients, becoming SWAM certified, shout out to Shanice, man. Like, she got a nonprofit site that we built for her and she put me in line with a direct connect with SWAM and things like that. But I think to answer your question, some of the biggest challenges I had was just really understanding that I can do it. It was never fear of failure, but I do fear wasting my time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to sit here and shoot 30 videos and drop these joints on Instagram and nobody asks questions or nobody want to know more when I know there's current businesses out here that need websites that I know if this information got in front of, we can have a conversation. But then I don't want to have to pay for engagement. I don't want to have to pay for all these different things that happen with my business. I don't just want to do it that way. And I think one of the biggest reasons that I've been so blessed and fortunate in my business and my friendships and relationships and things like that is because I do it my way. Like I don't try to fit the mold. I don't try to be a square peg in a round hole. Like I really just do things my way. Like I really go through life in a clear tunnel and the world conforms around me. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm able to connect with many different people that way because, like you mentioned, they see the authenticity, they see the transparency, and not only do they see the love that I have for my business, but they see the love I have for myself. Because again, relationships would take me way farther than this brand ever does. I can make $1 million with this brand and sell this company to somebody else. But the fact that me and you on this podcast right now, I'm going to never forget that. The fact that I'm
Yeah.
gonna meet somebody who got a message to tell or a business to promote. Listen, I know a guy. He'll connect with you right away. It won't even a month, and we on this podcast, and we just met a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. We
So so
did.
so so not only are you about your business and about your brand, but you about yourself as a person. I connect with that. I connect with that. And also too, I think one of the biggest challenges that I had also faced as well is also telling myself, am I good enough to do the job? One
Yeah.
thing when you're in the service-based industry, me as a client or me as me as a consumer, period, I expect a certain level of customer service. And you're probably gonna laugh at this, but I tell my friends all the time, like, there's a reason why I believe that God never put me in the fast food industry. I won't make it because I'm not gonna fix nobody a sandwich that I can't eat.
Right. Right.
Like,
Right.
you want me to fix this Big Mac in 30 seconds and expect somebody to eat it, bro? I won't eat that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the service-based industry, really understanding, like, Courtney, if you were the client, what would you want? If I'm extra, over the top, annoying, everything under the sun, you know how I go with this business,
Yeah.
man. Like, oh, I like the graphic, but can you put a little thing over here or put
Yeah.
some over there?
Yeah.
Bro, you paid me for 2 edits and I've done 12.
Well, right. Facts.
You paid me for 2 edits and I've done 12. So
Right.
I think really understanding like, yo, am I really good enough to do this? Like, how am I gonna feel when that client goes, yeah, Courtney, I don't like this.
Mm.
Not the emotional piece of it, but the ego.
Yeah.
Yo, like
Yeah.
I'm one of the best web designers in my city. Like somebody telling me they don't like something, no, that's a
Mm.
problem. But if you think about it from a different perspective, that feedback may be something that changed the trajectory of your business
For sure.
because you may not make that quote unquote mistake again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how come I'm big on perspective. You know, everybody talk about I don't take L's, I take lessons. Well, if you take lessons, you should be a better person than what you was yesterday.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions. If you 1% better than the day before, you will be a better individual.
Facts.
It's guaranteed.
Right.
It's guaranteed. You connected with me on this podcast. We chopping it up. We having a great fucking conversation. Your next episode probably gonna be better, and then it's gonna be one that's better after that. That's how
Yeah.
life's supposed to work.
Yeah.
We visit and go, damn, that was 2 years ago. We shot that. Yo, we in different places in life now.
Yes, sir.
That's what
Yes,
life is
sir.
about to me. You know, that's what life is about, man. Like everybody got goals and an end result and things like that. But I tell my brother all the time, man, like enjoy the process, relish in the journey. Because once
Mm-hmm.
you get the end result, these things over here, that's all it is. The end result don't change. But I
Right.
remember sitting up 2, 3 in the morning, submitting papers. I remember jumping on the internet trying to find the answers. I remember all of that.
Man.
We laugh about it all the time over a brew or something. You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
relish the process, enjoy the journey, man. Like, cause the journey is what makes you who you are. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my ups, my downs, my past transgressions, giving myself grace, certain mistakes that I made, certain things I've done in my life. You know, obviously none of us are perfect, but at the same time, I never look at people like they are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how come I ain't got to judge myself. If I
Mm-hmm.
look at somebody else that's perfect, I'm gonna beat myself up about something that don't even matter because them people ain't perfect. They might have did worse things or they might have had a way worse life than I had. And it
Right.
come with business, it come with business too. You know, so what you didn't get that client? Man, you know how many people there is in this world?
Mm-hmm.
And with the power of this right here,
Mm-hmm.
you can touch anybody. Like you said in your opening. One day you go get a 500,000 subs. One day you go get 1,000,000 subs.
Yeah.
And when they come, you go be ready for it because of the
Yeah.
time that you're putting in right now.
Yeah, man. Training camp season, man. Like I really had to start understanding, like, yo, I gotta fall in love with the preparation part more than I fall in love with the end result. Like, I love now being able to understand, for instance, like, you know, I'm working on my physical, right? Waking up and some points it's like, you know, your body's aching or you're mentally just not there, you don't want to go. But then I start saying to myself, like, yo, it's not more so a job more so than it is a training on something that's making me better. Right. So I stopped looking it out and stopped looking at it as I'm working out, more so, yo, I'm training myself to become something greater. Right. So when I'm running on the treadmill, like, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm visualizing how my body gonna look. You feel what I'm saying? I'm visualizing myself going from one day running 3 miles to running 10 miles. You feel what I'm saying? It's like just putting myself in that arena and loving the fact, like, yo, like, no matter if I'm taking a quote unquote L or loss or lesson, like, I'm developing something here, right? But you have to be in it. You have to truly be in it and just bask on the fact that, yo, like, I woke up with the mindset to become better. I'm doing something that's helping me become better. Why not just love that? Why
One
not
and
just
one
love
of the and one of the easiest things for me, bro, to psychologically psych myself out when I have mental roadblocks like that, there's always a person or something in a worse position than me.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? If I'm not willing to do it, there's probably at least 2 people out here willing to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
there's millions of people who ain't trying to do it.
Right.
They don't want to do it.
Right.
So is it really that hard for you to psychologically train your mind and your body to be better than the average? It's not
Mm,
hard because
mm,
you doing way more than what the average would even think about doing.
mm.
Peep that. To what they would think about doing. You're
Yeah,
doing what they may or may not even be thinking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's tough,
yeah.
man. It's tough. Hey, you know, so tell me, like, while we're on this topic of just training and just doing things on a daily basis to make ourselves better, like, what does the day in the life of Courtney look like? You know what I'm saying? Because I know you said you're a father, right?
Man,
You got multiple jobs, you got multiple businesses, you got multiple clients. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what does the day
so
in the life look like?
honestly, man, like it's strategy. It came down to what I'm willing to tolerate and what I'm not willing to tolerate. Obviously we're in a different climate now, so my full time I don't have to commute as much.
Mm,
But honestly, the way I built my business, because again, thinking pure logic, not emotion. That's another thing too. I'd rather think with my mind and not everything else. But when you don't put yourself in a position where you have to put finances first, when you have the time to sit down and think, when
mm,
you're not in survival mode mentally, day in and day out, you can strategize. So mind you, I work 6 to 2, 7 to 3, 8 to 4. It fluctuates.
yeah.
But from essentially 6 p.m. until I close my eyes, it's deep work in my business. Deep work in my business. Friday nights, Saturday nights, sometimes Sundays, I'm deep work in my business. Now I'm just starting to get back in the gym and do things like that. But I had to structure my life in a way to where it may look like I'm pouring into my business last, but the more I pour into my family and other
Mm,
people and my friends, me watching them flourish motivates me. And I
mm,
come up with some of my best ideas when it's dark outside. Obviously, you probably hear some of the millionaires, billionaires, they talk about, sometimes I get up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, things like that.
yeah.
But I have a very concise structure with my life because I have time to think. I'm not thinking about, oh, how I'm gonna pay for this, or I'm not thinking
Mm,
about, oh, how I need to be emotionally available for this person, or I'm not thinking, oh, somebody don't want to be my friend today. Oh, I said the wrong thing to somebody. Like, listen, like we have to get to a point in our lives where we embrace who we are, and once we're able to take care of ourselves, we can take care of other people. Like, I can't be the family man or the father that I am today if I'm not 100%. I
right.
can't be the proper business owner, web developer, hoster, manager. I can't be this person if I don't have 110% to give into myself. So
Right.
the recipe is ensuring that you're okay and that you can properly function before you start pouring into other people and other things. Because I guarantee you, if you half-ass your business, you're gonna get half-ass results. If you
Right.
half-ass your friendships, you're gonna get half-ass results.
Right.
So typically, Monday through Friday, what I'm saying, obviously I get up, what I'm saying, take care of my full time, get all that out the way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do have a virtual assistant that take care of my emails and things like that, but having a CRM system, listen, I drop my links on social media, I share a couple pieces of content, and by the time they go through my page and see what they want to see, they either book a call or they don't.
Right.
So outside of that, and then obviously, being a dad, that's one of the best things in my life. I would drop everything for my daughter, like everything, uh, everything. If you do clips, you can clip that,
I
everything.
got you.
Because I truly believe, like I mentioned, the way these children are wired and the way that they're learning, developing, and growing, if you're not with them every step of the way in lockstep, you're gonna get left behind emotionally, physically, and I believe spiritually. Like it's a beauty to watch your children grow. You know,
Mhm.
Currently I'm doing this pod with you or whatever, and after it, we go cook a meal together and eat dinner. Like,
Mhm.
that's the sauce right there. Being
Right.
available,
Right.
being intentionally available. Like that's the sauce to it. you know, obviously I drink water and I really mind my business. Like, hey, I don't get caught up in all the social media stuff and everything like that. Like,
Yeah.
you very rarely see me comment on other people's posts and things like that. I just got a different philosophy, and I'm not gonna knock nobody's hustle. If anybody decide to watch this and rewatch it, you know, I don't judge people for jumping on Instagram and dropping comments and things like that. But to me, it's just so counterproductive that I gotta watch a post, hit the comment button, say something that I want somebody to see for a response, and I don't even know this person. I don't know this person. I probably will never see you in real life ever, but I have a comment or an opinion about something you posted on your own Instagram.
Right. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That right there lets me know that the average person, they think with emotion. Because again,
Yeah.
if you have better things to do, you probably won't even be on Instagram, period. Because you go have the naysayers like, well, I just get up there and talk about shit and I get off. But you say certain things to get a reaction from people that you don't know when you probably got minimum income. Like, help me
Yeah.
understand, like, you willing to pick up your phone and go on a free app to talk shit to somebody and you ain't got no money in your pocket.
Right.
I don't get it, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's not a hard puzzle for me to decipher, but apparently I'm crazy and I'm off. It's
Nah, you not, bro. There's this guy, you probably heard of him before, Myron Golden.
yes, sir. That's my guy.
He was just talking about how, you know, when he was in a position where, you know, he just wasn't financially stable, he wasn't financially where he wanted to be, he had to start really analyzing, like, why would I spend time watching a movie? Why would I spend time on social media? I'm broke. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my life is not where I want it to be. It's not where it needs to be. I don't have time to be sitting around worrying about others people's business that isn't helping build mine, right? And then there was another individual who had said, like, you know, people need to start auditing the type of things they do throughout their day, whether it's their conversations that they're having, whether it is being on social media, just different things that you're doing. Are you working out? Are you not working out? Are you taking the time to eat healthier? He said you have to start looking at things as withdrawals and deposits to your energy, right? Is that conversation that you just had, you know, for instance, if, you know, me and you were talking on the phone, was that conversation a withdrawal or deposit? Are we instilling something in one another, you know, that's going to help build our mind, our family, you know, maybe help us think about something differently? Or are we just up chopping the shit? Hey, yo, y'all, you see what Dot did in USA Olympics game? You know, like, I'm not gonna act like I don't tune in to the things that, it's, I like to be up to date, you know, with certain things, but I'm not gonna sit on ESPN for 5 hours, but then go do something for 2 hours that's supposed to help me make money for my family, right? And that's not to say that you can't take like an hour a day to, you know, work on your business, but it's like let's flip that. How about I work 4 hours on my business and maybe spend an hour, you know, entertaining myself as a way to say, okay, I've accomplished something, I feel accomplished for the day, I can relax a little bit, I can turn on this game. So, but it's like that reprogramming, you know, how we had said earlier, it's a real thing. You know, I was talking to my wife, I was saying, like, you know, it's hard working out, right? It's hard because it's like, and I'm just speaking for myself, it's because it's not the physical part for me. It's like you mentally are rewiring yourself to put yourself through stress to get a result. When people are so caught up in getting things fast and easy, you know, their mind is not, or their spirit, bro, like, this day and age, it's not built to go through that pressure no more. Like ET said, if you're not willing to go through pressure, then you're not a diamond, right? So we have to understand that, like, nothing in life, like, we have to destroy the dirt to plant a seed to produce new fruit, right? So you have to be able to destroy yourself in some type of way right? Put yourself through some type of struggle, through some type of strain, for you to be able to understand or get that inkling of, you know what, I think I got this next time. I think next time it's going to be easier. You know what, I think this is something that I can help teach to, for instance, your daughter, so that now it doesn't, what took me 10 may take her 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's just little stuff like that, man. I'm happy that we having this build, because I love being able to interact with like-minded individuals who see things either in the same way or even in a better way, right? Things that you're saying to me right now gets me moving. It's like you're a generator. You feel what I'm saying? Like you have that energy about you that, yo, you either gonna get going or you getting lost. And it's not that you're being angry. It's not that you're being or discrediting this person. It's just like you're just not ready yet. You're not ready to be on this track with us right now. You might have to go to the beginners with the, you know what I'm saying, with the handles. When you're ready, we here to help you.
and you make a damn good example, because you know, for example, I've been probably investing in the stock market probably since I was 26, and we'll have to have a whole separate conversation about family and everything else, because my daughter might ain't got to lift a finger, but that's a different conversation. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, what that is, you make a valid point, because obviously, like, you know, just me investing in things like that, and now my friends, they're starting to get high-paying careers. They're starting to think about not necessarily retirement, but just being able to, yo, if I don't feel like working, I don't want to, you know, because one thing I try to stay away from is I try to stay away from what I call buzzwords. You know, we have so many buzzwords in our community where when I say a word, it's a if or this or that or this. Multiple things can be true. That's one of my biggest sayings. But my perspective is so wide lens, because multiple things can be true. So just thinking about retirement and all these different things that my friends are thinking about now. And, you know, I sat down and had a conversation with one of my friends, and I was like, yo, like, if you really trying to do this, this is what's required.
Yeah.
And he damn near broke out in tears. But now every day, oh, what the market doing today? Or he goes, man, Courtney, I can't believe you were sitting on this information. Y'all just won't ready for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just imagine me getting this information by myself and I can't tell nobody.
Yeah, I've been there.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's one of those things where it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how come you continue to support your friends, your family, your loved ones, and things like that, because everybody's gonna get their own way in their own time. My motto is, I just hope you catch it while I'm still breathing.
Yeah.
I hope you make it to a point in life where you can ask me these questions, because if I'm long gone and they're, oh shoot, oh, this is the stuff Courtney was talking about on Instagram 10 years ago. This stuff he was talking about 5 years ago. You can't get no reassurance because I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's just the financial space. But even with life and life period, you know what I'm saying? That withdrawal and deposit thing is real, because me being a natural born problem solver, I have empathy, I have compassion, I have sympathy. Like, depending on how you see me, you know, I may not be the most emotional person or things like that, but because I care about my friends and family so much, and like I said, I hang with winners because I know they are winners. I see the end result before you do, but I want to be there on the journey with you, because once you get going and once you get grinding, I'm gonna crank it up, because you could be like, damn, Courtney, like, what's going on? Hey, you working. Like once this podcast is over, we go cook, and I'm gonna hit the gym. And my partner in the gym, you know, obviously he lift heavyweight and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Way stronger individual, whatever. But my motto is, once I go through this door, I might as well give it all I got. I've done the hard part by getting in my car and going to the gym. But once I get in the building, I might as well give it all I got.
Yeah.
Ain't no need to waste my time at this point now.
Right.
No need to waste my time. You know, I can easily be like, all right, I ain't working on those sites today, close the laptop. Yeah, I may have double work tomorrow, but then I have days where the laptop don't close for weeks because I'm tapped in, I'm locked in. God, 2 a.m, my eyes hurting, but I just love it so much. I love it so much. And one thing I love about the space is I control the flow of traffic. Outside of meeting deadlines for clients, all right, if I want to do web work at 2 a.m., who gonna tell me no?
Right. Facts.
Who go? Oh, it's a Friday night. Hey, Courtney, we going out. I got some client work to do. Handle your business, dog. So
Mhm.
us being able to intentionally prioritize our life, I guarantee you, you will get the best results.
Yeah, yeah.
As
So
long
let's
as long,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, as long as you don't feel like you in the space where you being pushed and pulled mentally, and you got to be here, you got to be here, and it's like one of those things where somebody can do a million tasks in an hour and don't get nothing done, rather than you do two tasks in an hour and it changes your life.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what race you want to run.
Okay. Okay. So we reaching that hour mark. I got a few questions, but I told you I
Absolutely.
was gonna. I know
No,
you
no,
got
you good.
stuff to
You
do.
good. No, you
Okay.
good, man.
Okay.
You good.
As far as like advice, right? Advice for people. What's a piece of advice that you received along your journey? And this doesn't have to just entail to just business. Because I feel like, with personal development comes business development in all aspects outside of that. What is a piece of advice that you received that kind of like gave you that aha moment of like, you know what? I should have been doing this a long time ago, right? And tell it to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why, I had to, follow this piece of advice for me to get going.
I think honestly and truthfully, bro, it's very simple. Be who you are. In our community, we all want to be liked. We all want to be loved. We all want to be the man, the woman, the it factor, all these different things. Be who you are. Because if you're working on trying to be somebody that you're not,
Mhm.
being looked at by people that don't like you, don't care about you, don't give a shit about you, you wasting your time. And one of the biggest sayings that I have about life in general, we all have time until we don't. All
Mhm.
right, I'm gonna start that business next month. Why not tomorrow? I'm gonna start this company in 5 years. Why not 6 months from now? Oh, you know what? Hey, listen, we get it every year. Election season is in November, Christmas after that. Next year, 2025, it's my year. Every year, my year, bro.
Mhm.
Every year is my year because I'm
Yeah.
myself. I'm me. I don't have to conform to anybody's opinion or liking or understanding of who I am because I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to get along with you. I don't even have to look your way.
Mhm.
But our biggest problem is we want to be liked. We want to be loved. You love yourself.
Mhm.
You love
Mhm.
yourself. You won't have to worry about being loved by nobody else. Even if
Right.
you done went through traumas, past transgressions, all these different things in your life, wake up, look yourself in the mirror. I love me.
Yeah.
Whether you take yourself on a spa date, take yourself shopping, take yourself on a cruise, I don't care what you do. I play golf. I'm not Tiger
Mhm.
Woods, but I
For
have a
real, you
fucking
play
blast,
golf?
bro. Absolutely.
Where you go play
Absolutely.
at?
I play all in the Northern Virginia area, Richmond. I'm everywhere, bro.
Hey, look,
Everywhere.
I'm gonna have to come with you, man. My friend, he actually just got here. I've been going with him. Like he coaches for, I think, for like high school or something like that. So he
Mhm.
coaches, but he just had a tournament that we had just did for the Deltas. It was like I'm not like a good golfer. I'm not gonna say I'm a good golfer, but I say I'm a good golfer because one day I want to
Right.
actually be good at it. So since that day, it was like a couple weekends ago. Since that day, bro, I just been going to the driving range, going to the putt, going down to like Petersburg, Dogwood Park. That's where we had went. Bless you.
Thank you.
Um, but I'm happy that that's something that you express that you do as a hobby, because now it's like, yo, I got multiple individuals that I can hit up and be like, hey, look, I'm trying to go out here today. You got time? And then I also learned it's like, from that, bro, I've been able to build so much patience, so much more patience.
You're giving away the
What's
game.
that?
No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. No, hey, now listen. Before I let you finish though, real talk though. Like, so at my previous employer, a friend of mine, I played basketball in high school and things like that. But he said, "Hey man, you're an athlete, whatever the case may be. Let me give you some golf clubs." And I started playing. Maybe it's been like 4 years ago now. But living where I live and currently playing ball in Richmond with my friends and things like that, I got tired of driving up and down 95 to play ball. So I said, I have to find something that I can do by myself that gives me enjoyment to where I can run my own race. I'm like I mentioned, I've been saying it the whole podcast. Like I drive my own speed limit because there's never no traffic. So as long as I'm doing things by myself, where I don't have to involve other people or rely on other people to be available, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. And to your point, you know, where I was going like this was, you know, the beauty of the outdoors, the peace and quiet, all the different things that come with golf. And obviously, I done made so many relationships and got so many deals, and that's a whole different conversation. We'll talk about that on the podcast.
Like you said, shit.
Yeah. But for real, you know, if you want peace and quiet, and you want solitude, and you really want self-reflection, I play golf as a reward. When I close a deal, when I get a promotion, or when something great happens in my life, I'm able to have my feet on the ground, my face to the sun, and just really embracing what God has done for me. So it's way bigger than the sport. So, you know, to your point, it's a gym, but people just got to get there, bro. They got to get there.
Yeah. So, and look, so let's tap into these last few questions. All right. What are some future goals that you have set for yourself? Maybe like a 5, 10, 20, 30-year plan. The reason I'm asking is because I'm heavily invested in looking into different organizations that have a plan for the world, right? What I mean by that, you got the World Economic Forum, you got, you know, all these different nations meeting up in Davos to plan our lives, right? They got a 2030 plan that they're trying to implement. However they implement it, whenever they implement it, that's on them. But I'm a firm believer on if you don't have a plan for your life, or if you don't have goals and a future set for your life, somebody else does. So, you know, share some goals that you have, you know, over the next couple of years, months, even the next couple of days, that you have coming up. And on top of that, how could we as a people come together to help support it?
I think I'll start with business and then I'll go personal. So from a business perspective, my overall goal was to have 100 active clients. 100 for me is a symbol of completion, excellence, inspiration, because it takes 1% of the time to get to 100. I want to hire 3 of my own people within my business in the next 5 years. Whoever's watching, don't take it personal, but you know, I want to be able to build something with my own people, but they got to be able to see the vision, understand that it's bigger than them. You know, I live in a life that's bigger than me, and that's how come I don't mind inspiring other people, because I want you to be bigger than me, because I'm already big.
Right.
From a personal perspective, I think just get better every day as a person. I'm back in the gym. I love, you know, the way I look, the way I feel. I have started, you know, cooking this year. You know, all different small things that, you know, I you know, just be like, you know what, Courtney tried. Again, like it doesn't hurt to try, you know. And again, like if my time is being put in a place where it can be productive and I can grow from it, I'm gonna always invest. You know, I'd rather invest my time into something that's gonna, you know, help me personally, spiritually, physically, and then obviously I got a daily goal of being the best father I can be. I want to be daddy of a lifetime. You know, Father's Day come around every single year, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy for the love and things I get, but it's Father's Day every day for me. I just really look at life from a different perspective, where every day, as long as I get better, I'm gonna be the man I need to be, that God wants me to be.
I love it, bro. I love it, man. I love it. All right. Last question of the day. All right. So I have a segment on my podcast that I call 100 thought-provoking questions. And basically these are questions that I developed that I would have asked maybe the 1%, the 5%, the 10%. Just questions on just to gauge their perspective, gauge their mindset on how they got to where they are, the things that they value that help them get to where they are. But this is also something that can help, people who are coming to seek knowledge, coming to learn from one another, right? We don't have to be in those percentages to learn from each other. So I
Correct.
always like to,
That's a bar. That
yeah,
right there is a bar. Like that's a bar. Like, because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's Instagram, TikTok, or this social media stuff. If Chris ain't make $1 million, I don't trust him. We gotta
yeah, bro.
we got to have
It,
it, man. We gotta get it.
because it's so crazy. It's crazy.
And that's how come, for me, certain things I just choose not to share about my business. Like, I can show my financial back office and things like that, but those things won't matter because it won't matter because, not to be cocky or arrogant, but like you not me. Like you don't tackle customer service the way I do, or you don't go about getting clients the way I do. So if you had a $30,000 a month and I had a $50,000 a month, let's just be happy we both made money. We can learn something.
Right. Right.
And again, that's how come, what I'm saying, like I'm big on Drake, but I'm big on music altogether. But that line he said many years ago, you got more followers than dollars, I can't relate.
Yeah.
It's people out here who ain't got 1,000 followers who doing numbers because they know something. They know something. Just because hey, well, he got 1,000 followers and he only following 5 people. I don't know, y'all. Whole time that man may have $1 million company and don't even give a shit about Instagram. Give a shit about it.
So look. This the question for you, Brody. This the question for you. How do you stay adaptable and open-minded in a rapidly changing world? How do you stay adaptable and open-minded in a rapidly changing world?
I think, honestly and truthfully, being raised by my grandparents, I was taught to see more than I speak. I was taught to listen more than I speak. And I put 2 and 2 together, and it forced me to use my brain. Just because you see something on social media or you see something in the newspaper, whatever the case may be, it doesn't have to drive your thinking. Being an individual thinker is why the world itself is afraid of Black people. I'm gonna say it again. The fact that we can individually think for ourselves is why the world is afraid of Black people. So there's propaganda that is used to control, quote unquote, Black people. The media, they have outlets to try to control our thinking. You might follow 10,000 people on Instagram. You don't see every single post from them. You think that's by accident? You have to be an individual thinker. That's how I constantly adapt. I'm open-minded because I have a million perspectives, because I believe multiple things can be true. But if you have a closed-minded perspective, or you do more talking than listening, you more talking than watching, you ain't gonna never adapt. You're gonna constantly be defensive, you're gonna constantly be behind, and you're gonna constantly hate life because you got left. If you do more listening than you do talking, you do more watching and listening more than talking, you will be an independent thinker and you won't never get left behind.
Big facts. Big facts. Hey, look, man, you got to get out of here with some words of wisdom, man. Give them some words of wisdom.
Man, hey, real quick, man. Hey, shout out to you, Chris, for the pod invite, man. I'm glad we was able to do this, man. I hope I can do another episode down the line, man. I had a ball doing this.
This your platform, bro. I told you that.
I got my watermelon juice and ginger and lemon and everything. You know what I'm saying? I came here, talk my shit a little bit. But honestly, man, like, let's work together, man. Like, if you don't need web services or you need web services, definitely reach out to us. Hell, reach out to us if you even got a business question. Obviously, I don't really, hang my hat on the, personal development coach or anything like that. But we've all been through something. We've all got a story, but my story ain't better than yours. You can share it. My story ain't no worse than anybody else's. People have gone through worse than what I've dealt with in my life and are still successful in their own right.
Right.
Start with perspective. Like my boy Richard Fan say, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Don't stop chasing your greatness, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, God. I appreciate you, man. We definitely gonna have part two. Again, bro, like I said, anytime you need a platform to share what you got going on, you just want to chop it up, this is your platform, bro. This is what I built it for. I'm just the guy that, is bringing everything that I have to the forefront for my people to use. So again, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, to just chop it up for an hour with me. I know you got a lot of things going on. You guys can contact Courtney right down there, www.matthewstechnologies.biz/contact. Tap in with him ASAP. I'm telling you. What you say, bro? Number one in Richmond? You know what I'm saying?
Man, like I'm telling you, man, like man, like I'm well connected, man. I'm well connected. Believe me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I know you guys ain't probably in the web world on the internet world, but notice my URL ain't got no .com. I'm not average.
Yeah. But y'all already know what it is, family. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the truest keys to success. Constantly tap in, hit the link in the bio, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Get this video to 1,000 views, 1,000 likes, 1,000 shares. You feel what I'm saying? We on the road to 200, I think, subscribers on YouTube. We're switching everything over from Instagram.
Well done, brother. Well done.
We're like three subscribers away from 200. Again, I appreciate you, bro. Till next time, man. We're gonna tap in, bro. We out, yo.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, we're gonna end that stream.